Your AI agent can already use thousands of tools, call APIs, run code, talk to other agents, hit MCP servers. But here's a question almost nobody was asking until last week. How does it find the right tool in the first place? And once it does, how does it know it's safe to connect to? Right now, the answer is, you wire every single one up by hand. That just changed. Google, Microsoft, and basically every major tech company just agreed on a new standard to fix it. It's called ARD, and it might be the missing piece of the whole agent ecosystem. Quick context. If you saw my video on MCP, the Model Context Protocol, you know it solved a huge problem, a universal way for agents to use tools. One standard plug instead of a custom integration for everything. But MCP assumed something, that you already knew the tool existed, and you'd already wired it in. It solved how an agent uses a tool, not how it finds one. And as the number of tools explodes, that gap becomes the real bottleneck. That gap is exactly what ARD fills. Here's how it works today. Call it install first. Want your agent to use a new capability? You go find it. You judge whether it's useful and trustworthy. You hardcode its address into a config, and you keep that wiring current when it changes. That's fine with a handful of well-known tools. But we're heading somewhere very different, where every company, every team, every developer is publishing their own agents and tools. At that scale, two things break. One, you can't manually find and vet everything, there's too much. Two, if you just preload every tool into the agent, you flood its context window with junk, and it gets slower and dumber. So a capable agent needs to answer three questions at runtime on its own. Where does the right capability live? Which one should I use? And how do I verify it's safe? Find it, pick it, trust it. That's the discovery problem. ARD stands for Agentic Resource Discovery. It's an open specification for publishing, discovering, and verifying AI capabilities across the web. And the reason people care is who's behind it. Co-authored by Google, Microsoft, and Hugging Face, and backed by Cisco, GitHub, NVIDIA, Salesforce, Snowflake, Databricks, and more. When competitors who never agree all agree on one standard, it tends to stick. Two quick things it is not. It's not a product or an app store, it's a free, open standard Apache licensed that anyone can implement. And it's not a replacement for MCP. Here's the key. ARD sits before invocation. It helps the agent find and trust the right resource. Then the agent connects using whatever protocol that resource already speaks, like MCP. ARD is the discovery layer. MCP is the connection layer. ARD works in 4 moves, and if you know how the web already works, this'll feel familiar. Publish, discover, verify, connect. Step 1. Publish. A provider hosts one machine-readable catalog file on its domain at a standard, well-known path. Think of it like a website's sitemap, except instead of telling Google how to crawl your pages, it tells AI agents what you offer. Your MCP servers, APIs, agents, and skills. A machine-readable menu. Step 2. Discover. Search engines called registries crawl the web and index all those catalogs, just like Google indexes pages. Now an agent doesn't need a pre-installed tool. It just asks the registry in plain language, "I need to process a refund," and gets back a ranked list at runtime. Step 3. Verify. And this one's crucial. Before connecting, the agent checks a cryptographic signature on the catalog, proof of who actually published it. That's what separates the real payment service from a convincing fake. When agents auto-connect, that trust check is the whole ball game. Step 4. Connect. Now and only now the agent plugs in, using the tool's own native protocol like MCP. ARD founded and vouched for it. MCP does the talking. Discovery, then connection, a clean handoff. And this isn't a far-off proposal, it's already shipping. GitHub launched Agent Finder. Copilot discovers the right tools for a task and injects only those into the context window instead of preloading everything, fixing the context bloat problem directly. Google built it into its Gemini Enterprise platform. Hugging Face shipped Discovery across its whole hub. Same standard, different implementations working together. Step back. For 20 years, the web rewarded whoever was easiest for people to find. That was SEO. The next web rewards whoever's easiest for agents to discover and trust. People are calling it the agentic web, and publishing your catalog is about to be as basic as having a website. So that's ARD. MCP taught agents how to use tools. ARD teaches them how to find and trust tools they've never seen, publish a catalog, discover through a registry, verify the identity, then connect. It's early, a draft, version 0.9, barely adopted yet. But with this much of the industry behind it, it's worth understanding now. It's the natural follow-up to MCP, the layer ARD sits on top of. Subscribe for more AI engineering explained visually and tell me in the comments, is the agentic web exciting or a little terrifying?